Kosgei Chemoyo. I'm a teacher at Emining Boys High School. I teach mathematics and physics. I have taught for 15 years. I started teaching in 2010. Emining Boys is in Baringo County. The sub-county is Mogocho sub-county. I was nominated by the Teacher Service Commission to represent the country in the African Union Continental Teacher Award. 2 of us were nominated to represent the country. And this far, we thank God for we have been declared the winner. And I think that's a good recognition that has come to our way. One good thing would be that I teach boys, but one bad thing would be I teach in Baringo County. And I want to believe when we hear Baringo County, something we call cattle rustling comes to mind. So being boys and cattle rustling, we have a little bit challenge. But we have come up, we have been able to overcome the challenge. And this far, the learners are taking up the sciences very well. And we can be able to say the learners are motivated to do that. We have various ways of doing it by having what we call STEM ambassadorship. People who are to take up the STEMs, the learners who are driving the STEM, and that is where I have majored in so that we can have our learners move forward in that particular area. I remember seeing the previous winners and I was wondering how did they get there. And just out of nowhere, I get a call from the Teacher Service Commission that I am nominated amongst the 2 sometimes in May, and I needed to do the application through them. So it wasn't in my imagination. I was just thinking I'm doing my normal work, teaching and motivating the learners in our school. Yeah, when the call came, when we were just told that we need to do the application, I was taken through the process of coming up with the application documents that we were required. So that part, I thought, being the top, I thought now that was the end, just being the top in the country. But now we did the process. The Teacher Service Commission, the CEO, Madam Evelyn, did the forwarding of the names and the application, and that was quiet. Up to sometimes last week, when a communication came that the winners will be identified and interviews will be booked. Until then, I thought, okay, something is coming up. Until yesterday now, an information that the winners have been declared, and I was one of them. I think initially I thought I was in disbelief, because sometimes when you are in the village, back in the sub-county, back in your school, in the rural areas, you don't think that people can be able to see it. And I think it just came by default. I come from a family that all parents and all brothers and sisters are in the teaching profession. So it just came by profession. Being the last born, I followed suit. That I am a teacher who is the head of co-curricular activities. Co-curricular activities involve the drama, the sports, and the science and engineering fair. So one thing is we try to diversify where we take them. So when we are in the field, we are in the field together. We are in it together. So when we are doing it together, then when you are doing the play, then you start talking with them, you start encouraging them, you start giving them moral support. And I think being close to them at that particular point is one thing that actually makes them push forward. They can be able to talk to you about what is ailing them. They can be able to tell you what they wish to remove from their hearts. And I think when they feel that you are working with them in this process, it makes them motivated. We have what I had talked about STEM ambassadorship. We take them and try and see what are these projects that they can come up with. We encourage them to think. We have a problem around our school. I said we are in the rural area. We are in Mogotio sub-county where there is no rain. So question is, we have no water. How can we be able to solve our situation? We sit together as ambassadors. They try to think, and I think by them thinking in that direction, how do we solve problems in our school, can now encourage them to put what they learn in class to practice. And that is one other way that we do things in school. This one I have to dedicate it to several people. Let me start with my husband. I have been able to do all this with his blessings. Let me start with my husband. I have managed to go out to train teachers, and I think being an African, allowing the wife to go out is something that is not easy. And he has done that for me. Secondly, he has always encouraged us to do anything that pertains to your profession, whether anybody sees it or not. I would encourage everyone to be able to do their best, irrespective of where you are in the country. Serve the learners. Serve the people that meant or that makes us be there, which are the learners, to the best of their knowledge, to the best of your effort. I think that is basically it. Somebody somewhere will be able to see that. They'll be able to pick it out. They'll be able to recognize. It doesn't matter where you are. It is recognizable. Just do your best. I think I would just send that as an encouragement to the rest of the teachers, wherever they are. This is the first time I'm flying out of the country, although I traveled by road just to cross the border when I realized my passport does not have a stamp. And I think I was looking for a blessing. So it's the first time I'm heading to Addis Ababa. And I can't wait for it to make my dream come true and to see that it is actually coming through. One of the things that have been involved in the community, I would say, would be the normal things that people would think is just minor. Being a member of a chama, various chama in my area, especially where I live now. The trust that they give me as the treasurer, I think they would now know, or it would now encourage them to see that the trust that they had was actually beneficial, and they can be able to see the future can be able to be better because the people they are trusting are recognizable. This is the place where we touch the young souls. This is where we can be able to change the lives of our young boys and girls. It is actually where we can say it brings back. We can be able to see our products out there only if we can be able to show them the way. So this is where we can, anytime, anywhere, you can be able to see this is my life. This is the student that I taught. This is the boy or the girl that I taught. And I think this is one of the professions that you will feel, and there's evidence everywhere you go that there's something that you have done. There's a soul that you have changed. This is a noble profession, I would say. There are sometimes when you go even outside the county and somebody asks you, what do you eat? because they are very sure it's a hardship area. But I would encourage them that we can be able to go back there and see. A product like me can come out of that. That tells you Baringo County is not as difficult as we are trying to portray, but it is a place where we can be able to cultivate, we can be able to bring out the best in the people in that area. I would still want to give back to my learners. I would want now to be able to expand more on encouraging the other teachers. I've been training, but now I think with more vigor, that they can now be able to emulate what has come to me, the winning. So they can be able to actually see that whatever we are talking about when we are doing the training is real. So I would wish to continue doing that. But also, I would want to see if we can be able to be recognized in the world. I want to take Africa, I want to take Kenya, I want to take Emining to the world. I learned in a girls' school where physics was an optional subject. Let me start there. But at one particular point, we had to make a statement that even girls can manage it. And I have always taken it as an encouragement to my boys. When I say my boys are the boys in Emining Boys High School, I have always taken it as a challenge for them. If I can be able to do it, sembuse wao, then everybody can be able to do it. We have cracked that puzzle. I have cracked that puzzle, that it is not only a boy thing. Physics is not only a boy thing. Mathematics is not only a boy thing, a male thing. But now, I think we can say that we are the ambassadors. We have been able to crack it. Anybody else can be able to do it. As I said, anytime I walk along the streets, you feel that you have changed somebody's life. Somebody will greet you and say, "Thank you, teacher." You go up in social media, "Thank you, teacher." I'm imagining if I was a doctor, how many will I meet on the streets to just say thank you? Very few. Because I treat, they go. But now I spread throughout the country, my learners. And I think I would still be a teacher, just to change the lives of the young ones. I want to take it as a challenge. Now that I have been involved in various activities, I think going around the country doing trainings for the teachers, going around the country doing monitoring of activities, being trusted by the Teacher Service Commission to just go out to them to do the monitoring. This other duty that have just been added up, that may just be added up, of now being an ambassador for the teachers of the African Union, to be able to encourage other teachers. I think it's now giving me the platform to be able to do it. And I want to take that challenge positively. And I think we will manage it. I think when you have an interest in something, you find yourself looking for more. You have a thirst to know more. When that chance of doing the training came out, to go and train others, then I thought, this is the chance for me to show what I've already self-learned. I have not gone for any formal education for that. But because of that love for ICT, I think it wasn't a challenge, but it was something that was just bringing me home to what I have loved. When COVID struck, we had people we had met during the trainings of robotics. Then we started thinking, what next? Do we just stay at home